Hello, welcome back to my channel. It has been a really long time since I've last uploaded, and there's a reason why. I last uploaded regarding how I was let go. Everyone at the company, I was working as a fraud investigator under a contract. The contract ended, and they let us go. And now, fast forward, I have been unemployed officially since April, the middle of April. So April, May, June, we're now in July. I have been successfully unemployed for almost 3 months, or unsuccessfully employed, however you'd like to see it. And I've just been having a lot of feelings. So I have pretty much been full-time applying to jobs. Like my first course of action was I started applying, literally the second I caught wind of what happened. I went immediately to the job boards, LinkedIn, all the good stuff, and just started submitting applications, looking, and I also filed for unemployment. And I think that for me was the most hard thing to do. It's just a little embarrassing, and I don't know why there's a stigma around it, even though we're very much entitled to it. I've worked all my life, so I put money into the system. That's just money that I get a portion of it. So the hardest thing for me, I think there's that stigma that being unemployed and collecting unemployment is like you're lazy, you don't want to work, but it's quite the opposite. You have to actively look for work. And it's not because I don't want to, because I swear if I showed you, and I actually have a Google folder where I've named it 2025 goals, and I put every single job that I've applied to goes right in there. Well, I have, since the day I was unemployed, filed for unemployment and receiving unemployment. And even though it is something that I qualify for, given the fact that I've worked and I put into the system and I only get a portion of what I was making, so it's not like I can live off of that, I do feel a little embarrassed. I feel a little embarrassed to be collecting it because I feel like it wasn't my choice to be unemployed. I want to be employed. I want to work. I love to work. I'm not okay with not working. Not that a lot of people are either, but it has become part of this running joke that I kind of make of myself. I'll joke around, I'll say, oh yeah, I'm unemployed, and every time I go to the store, I'm like, oh, look at her, she's unemployed at the store. And so it's like, I kind of feel like I'm beating myself up for this, and obviously unemployment's not forever. It's going to cut off eventually. And I'm hoping and praying to God that by then I'll have something, because it's not for a lack of looking. But since April, since I've applied for unemployment, thank God it was approved. I mean, I don't see why I wouldn't have, but still, since then, I have applied for jobs every single day. I have had multiple interviews on a singular day. I have had second interviews. I have had third interviews. I have had phone screenings. I have followed up via email. I've written emails thanking them for their time, reaching out to multiple people, calling and leaving voicemails, only to be ghosted and treated like my time was invaluable. When I first expressed interest and they first would reach out to me, they were so responsive. They would email me right away. They were on it, just immediately responding same day, early in the morning, calling me, leaving voicemails. And then when they decided that they wanted someone else, they don't even give me the courtesy of saying, hey, we found someone else. Like, and it's fine. I get it. No one owes us anything, right? Like, they don't owe us jobs, and employers and HR, they don't owe us responses, but it's so demoralizing and dehumanizing to feel like you're just like basically like selling yourself. You're like, please, for the love of God, like, hire me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want a job for the sake of a job. I want something that I can enjoy, but at the same time, I'm willing to put, I'm willing to give. And I think that was the hardest thing for me to understand, and I would talk to my fiance and I would be like, I'm giving. At first I didn't want to, I didn't want less than this much amount of money. Now I'm like, I'll take it. I'll take peanuts at this point. I'm willing to take it. I just want an opportunity to show my potential. Even for peanuts, they're not hiring people. They have, a part-time, overnight shift, graveyard shift, like really, really not the most ideal hours. I'm applying to everything. I'm applying to working weekends, working evenings, barely any pay, taking calls, which is something I didn't want to do. And I was okay with that too. I said, okay, I'll take calls. I didn't want to do that because I haven't done it in a long time. And I felt like I had paid my dues. I had done the customer service. I have done the retail job. So now I'm like, I don't want to do that anymore. I've done that, and now I'm into my career mode. I want to do something else that I'm good at, like fraud. And it has just been really tough. There were days where I felt like I was just so bruised and deflated. Like, I did cry. Like, I want to cry right now, actually, but I won't. You get treated like a second-class citizen, and you're fighting with millions of other people who are in the same boat as you. Everyone is drowning. Like, a lot of these people are professionals with years of experience. This should not be happening. This is not normal. And I don't know what this is. I don't know if it's indicative of something deeper in the economy that's wrong and we're just not talking about it, but it's rough. I will say there were a few weeks in between that I wouldn't get anything, and I was getting frustrated. I wasn't getting calls. I wasn't getting emails. I was applying to customer service jobs, $18 an hour, just really anything, and I don't want to denigrate these jobs. I don't want to talk bad about them, because a job is a job at the end of the day. So I don't want to act like I'm better than someone working for $18 an hour, because I'm really not. And I don't want to act like I'm too good to answer a phone call, because I'm not. I'll answer a phone call. I don't care. At this point, I just need a job. So there were weeks where I wasn't getting anything. And it was rough mentally. I felt inadequate. I felt like I wasn't good enough. I felt like, what am I going to be able to get? Like, can I even get a job anymore? Like, is this what it is? I'm 33 and I'm not going to be able to get a job. Like, I cannot believe this, I have the bachelor's degree. I did what they told me to do. I did go to school, I've offered to stay late. I sign up for things. I train others. I'm enthusiastic. I take on work. I do above and beyond. And I still got let go. So, it's hard to give other people this advice of hang in there when you did just that and they still cut the rope. They still pulled it from underneath you, and you weren't even, like, you didn't even have time to react. 3 months I've been unemployed now. And I have seen people, professionals on my LinkedIn, who, due to being laid off, similar to me, have been homeless, have become homeless. They have children that depend on them. They have pets. They don't know how to put food on their tables. And the hardest thing for me to accept is that nobody cares, And that's just it. Nobody cares. We are on our own, it feels.